This is Naoki Yoshida.
This is Fern Hall.
And you are listening to Aetheryte Radio.
Aetheryte Radio.
Here we go.
I forgot to unmute again. Yes. Hello and welcome to Aetheryte Radio, Gamers Games Final Fantasy XIV podcast. I'm FusionX, and today we've got Zenidra, we've got Aldino, we've got Rook, and we've got Ethis and Anonymous.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Right. So today we are going to do something completely ridiculous. It is completely unnecessary Lorecraft. But first, before we get into that, quick couple of news items. Moogle Treasure Trove is now active until patch 5.3, which will land sometime.
In the future!
Sometime from now.
Someday.
This time around, you can get the Mamasheba neckerchief, as well as, you know, the usual random assortment of mounts and all that kind of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, check that out. Also, this just actually happened yesterday. The Final Fantasy XIV Starter Edition is currently free on PlayStation 4 until May 26th. So if that's something you've been thinking about, or even if you don't, you know, if you've been playing on PC but you have a PS4, pick it up anyway. So
3 days currently, 2 days at time of release.
Yeah, so make sure to pick that up. And with that aside, we are going to jump into this. So a few episodes ago, I forget how it even happened, but we just started throwing random crap into Final Fantasy XIV. Somehow Spaceballs, the Mega Maid, Planet of the Apes. I don't know how it happened, but it did. And Rook came up with the idea of people should just submit their harebrained garbage to us. And so that's exactly what we're going to do today. So lots of people on Twitter, Discord, we got an email, have submitted their ideas for collaborations that they would like to see happen with Final Fantasy XIV. And to make it as good as we can, we've got Ethis and Anonymous here. So we're going to try and weave these in as best as we can, because why not?
I don't know if good is the right term to make it as good as possible, but I feel like Anonymous and we've both been working on a reputation for years that lends an air of verisimilitude, which we are about to just completely ruin in one go, just one blast.
Well, you know, it's funny, we talked about this earlier, and Moose was just like, so are we just like making this work like Lightning Return style?
Oh god.
I'm like, yeah.
We can do better than that.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
for
make this function.
Well, I wasn't sure if we were like telling a similar story, like trying to work the same themes into this world, or if we were just literally like yokai watching it right into the.
Just whatever, just whatever the hell you want. Just
Can
get
we
it
use
in there.
Yokai watch instead of yeet from now on. I think it's just too long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's the other thing, isn't it? Like, we say completely ridiculous and completely unnecessary and harebrained and completely out of left field, but we got to remember they did Yokai Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That did.
And they're doing Nier, so like it's anyone's game, you know.
And we had
Why
gear
not?
from Garo. Like,
Yeah.
all right, what a random.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Any
North
of
America is like, what is, what? Garo? All
Any
right.
of these could easily be our next collaboration in Final Fantasy XIV. We have no idea. Could be
And
any
if we
one of
pitch it
these.
well enough, maybe it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinnamon in the chat. Monster Hunter was one we got.
Yeah.
For some reason. In Japan they did some PSO2 stuff.
That's
so well, on PSO2 we obviously didn't get anything from it, but yeah. So let's just jump in here. We have a long list. Is there one that's just jumping out at any of you that you really you have a great idea for and you want to just start out with this?
Oh, we got some really good ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
They're all
We
so
do.
good. I'm like looking over them right now and I'm just like every single one of them, all of the above.
The one that weirds me out the most and I almost don't like is Seinfeld. So let's start there.
All right.
Okay,
Yes.
look, that
Let's
is
get
the
it
most
over with.
uncomfortable.
So this one
Get it out of the way.
This one comes from Purple Naruga on Twitter. Seinfeld, it's a collab about nothing. So I already have my idea, right? You're in your room at the Crystarium. All of a sudden, Kramer just opens the door, busts in. He's like, "Hey, warrior! Like, you got any like cans of soup?" Right? It's like, "No, I don't have any soup. Why would I have soup?" And so you go around and you end up in some kind of incensed fight with some Yulmoran soup cook. And then George shows up and casts Serenity Now to help you win the fight. Just like a little quick collab, and then at the end you get like a little Superman statue for your house.
You've just explained everything I know about Seinfeld.
You have explained more.
Or additionally, it's in addition to the Superman statue, you can also get a little candy bar with a fork and knife, and a pirate shirt.
I mean, look, I think that you've done a fairly good job here. As somebody who knows very little about Seinfeld, except for the fact that it does typically take place in like a building, I feel like this has... I've seen the apartment set. I don't know much more about it. I've never watched the show.
Lots of shows take place in buildings.
Yes, I feel like you've done a good job here, adding some extra questions that I have into this, like what does soup have to do with it? Why would I get a Superman statue? Is there something about the soup? I just don't personally get it. But based off of what you have said, yeah, I mean, why not? We have Ishgardian Craft and Gathering endgame. I could, why not do apartment building and construction endgame? Except for some unknown reason, it's all just being overseen by the Seinfeld cast. And anytime you're in there, that little, what is the sting? Like the musical sting just happens.
So what you're saying is no soup for you.
No soup for you.
Not.
Yeah.
I guess no soup for me.
Kramer just wants some soup, and that's things just go downhill from there.
That is the one episode I've seen. Like
We need to do the law
I'm pretty
here real
insistent. What?
No, go on, Miss. Go, please.
I'm pretty insistent that there's no explanation for it at all. Like the Warrior of Light is just in these apartments, and they're already there, and this is all happening around them. Like Monica, Rachel, Joey, and Chandler live down the hall. No one cares. No one mentions. Like so many of these were like very specific episodes that you came up with, Fusion. So I'm gonna throw out that we definitely need Ass Man Chocobo barding.
Oh,
that's fair.
Could we get the emote of kicking stuff off of a table while you're holding something? Like that's another gif that I've seen from Seinfeld. Just Kramer kicking everything off the table. I just want that emote.
I'm trying to think of that. That one's not one I'm familiar with.
Really? That's the only thing
I've heard so far.
Maybe you could also get a
bunch of stuff.
You could get a chest full of tarus in the drawers. That could be another.
What?
Did you see that one where he had like the Asian businessmen staying with him and they slept in a chest of drawers?
Not watching Seinfeld.
I need to watch Seinfeld now. Now
this
I know
is
what
like
I need
this
to
is
do
like
next.
the second time in probably the last year or two that I've like made Seinfeld references and I've had people go, "Huh?" And that's very sad to me.
You're showing your age, Fusion.
I mean, I was
Fusion-
just more of a Friends fan.
Probably.
I didn't watch any Seinfeld.
Yeah, I watched other
Fair.
shows
That's fair.
in the same timeline, but I just
Okay.
did not watch Seinfeld. But now I can say I have Googled what is the name of that lady from Seinfeld so that I could say maybe we could get an Elaine hairstyle because we need more curly hairstyles.
There you
in here.
go. Okay.
Oh.
So, maybe that could be an option through all of this quest.
I
like that.
feel like so we decided they're like in the Crystarium or in Yulmore maybe.
Well, you already have your own kind of apartment, right, in the Crystarium, right? So I think
Right,
that's
so it's
probably a good setting for that. Yeah.
So how about this? They've all been like comatose for the last 100 years. We had an explanation for like Gaia, right? Gaia being the Oracle of Darkness was like suppressed by all the light. Well, we know that like light and order a sort of binary to like chaos and darkness. Maybe the chaotic nature of the Seinfeld cast was like kept in stasis by the prevalence of light for the last 100 years. And so they'd like just waking up now and trying to come to terms with their situation and maybe need a little help from the Warrior of Darkness.
I like that. I like that.
Or you could flip that, and then on the chaotic side you have Newman.
Oh. I could see
And
that.
that's
I mean,
and
I
that's
think they're
the
all
the
chaotic.
achievement. Hello, Newman. Right there you go.
I want like a stand-up comedy mini game where you just pick, responses. I would like that. Like, because you know how
That
you
would be
usually
fun.
start with like just him doing stand-up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, just make the Warrior of Darkness do that.
What was the name of
completely
the what was
Yeah.
the food in Yulmore?
Mule.
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 Yeah.
Yo.
And what's the big deal with Mule?
Oh no. Things have been said today. We just got started.
Too soon.
I mean, they've been expanding
Dude.
the RP functions in game, right? So what if you can set your free company house to a comedy club, and if there's a new special
okay.
housing item that is like the comedy stage, and yeah, it's just all like Seinfeld jokes, but you can kind of assemble them, and then people out in the audience can like clap or boo at you to see how good the sort of
That's the
you
mini
know
game.
There you go.
wordplay you put together was. Yeah.
Only if you
We
play.
actually have a fake brick wall.
Yeah, we do.
That's
I can see it.
I just
hate
want
The
to play.
stage did win the housing competition, so
I hate
You're on the way.
this one. I'm sorry, I hate this one.
All
You
right.
get, out of 100 nobles watching, 0 were impressed. Please.
Nice. Nice. All right, Ethis, you are not a fan of this. Let's move on. What do we want to tackle here now?
Can we do Star Trek?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Star Trek is a really interesting one to me because there are so many like Star Trek memes in the game already that there seems to be like a self-awareness, like a cognizance of Star Trek in Eorzea. I mean, how many of you guys facepalmed when the first time we got on the Enterprise, Alpha No did the engage?
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
Guilty.
Alpha No,
That's fair.
and that smug look on his face as well. I was like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You know who Sir Patrick Stewart is. What is going on here? What is happening? And then of course we got the Kobayashi Maru, whom the question and answer C. White mentioned. Which for those of you who don't know, Kobayashi Maru is I believe it's like a test for Starfleet cadets where
Oh,
they're given
yeah.
this no-win training scenario where they have to like rescue a stranded vessel in enemy territory, and if they like decide to go ahead with it, there's like literally no way that they can win, and it's designed to like test their character to see how they handle it.
Yeah, so if you've seen the newest Star Trek movie, like the reboot when they made those, that first one, that's when Kirk does, and he cheats in it, and he gets like disciplined, and there's this whole thing about it.
Yep.
Which brings me to a very important question: if we take Star Trek, are we taking the original timeline or the new Kelvin timeline?
Oh, geez,
Both.
come
You
on.
gotta
It's
take the
first and
original
the source.
timeline.
It's the first and the source.
Yeah, you gotta
They were
take the
also
first and the
split.
source.
Yeah.
I would say OG because there's just so much more to work with. And I did love, because my first two thoughts when I was looking at this one was Q has something to do with it. And I see we have a note here, Q is an Asian, which
Yeah,
you are
Q's an
welcome
Asian,
to
dude.
expand on. But that would be so good, and 110%, you would need no further explanation other than Q shows up and you're like, oh, he an Asian. And then you're
Yeah,
done.
there we go.
But I also thought, we've got this near collaboration. So we know that like the idea of robots and cyborgs and all of that kind of stuff is continuing. What if we didn't just have 2P, we also had Data? What if Data just came in?
That's
I-
why
I-
we hear
We
so much
also
better.
crash landed here. I
There
mean,
you go. I think what we really need is we need to bring in Picard, and we need to bring in Patrick Stewart, and we need to have him do a musical number.
Okay, all right. I mean,
Like maybe he's in a shuttle just singing like a British tar or something, and all of a sudden he crashes and he's on Eorzea, and maybe he has Data with him or something.
Brings us some Earl Grey.
There you go.
See, I want a tie-in with Hildebrand. Data is just going to be the new detective because of all of his Sherlock Holmes.
They did that with Vivi though. Like he already had a little robot companion.
I know. It's just I want to see him say elementary. I just want to see, if Data comes in, I want him to do Sherlock Holmes for just a little bit.
it would be amazing and adorable and very good.
So we want Patrick Stewart for sure. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Stewart, like he voiced in Oblivion. We know like he's Dan the Clown. A lot of people don't realize that he voiced the Emperor at the beginning of Oblivion. I mean, he died in like the first hour.
But I want like next gen Patrick Stewart. I don't want like is now a robot from Picard Patrick Stewart. Like that's stupid. Get rid of that.
Is that a spoiler? Is that a Picard spoiler?
It's been around for a while. Come on.
Rude.
I don't even know. Super rude.
Wow, unbelievable. Ruining Star Trek. Oh my god.
Jeez.
How about this?
Fine.
It's been out for months. Come on.
No. A
months, you guys.
Months.
Okay.
Multiple.
Years is okay. Months is not okay.
Multiple.
That shit's hard to get, especially if you don't have cable. Shit's hard to get.
This is now a spoiler cast for everything.
It's not on cable.
We'll censor it in post.
You have to subscribe to their thing. It's not on cable. You can't just watch it on TV. It's not hard. You just sub and watch everything in a day.
Okay, let me take this in a totally different direction.
Please.
We get a new coffee shop open on the Crystarium. Captain Janeway is just chilling in there. They never made it back home, but they did make it to the first, and they're all stranded there now. But of course, she stopped in to get some coffee because that is legit. And now you need to try to help them get their course corrected. And I mean, maybe talking to the dragons who traveled through time and space, or Omega, you go find him with Alpha, and you have to like help correct the course so they can finally get home.
Huh. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was more on board with the which universe do we pick? Well, obviously original is the source, and the first is the alternate new movies universe.
I think there's an amazing opportunity if we're bringing Alpha in to have the what were the little furry things from original? Yeah, those and Alpha just do something.
Well, you definitely need a Triple Minion. You definitely
have to yeah. There you go, Triple Minion. Yeah.
Yes, the animation is more just show up.
Yes,
It just
I like the Janeway idea. I really like the Janeway idea.
Pretty solid as well.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is the race of people who are psychic, right?
Betazoids.
Yeah. Betazoids. That's it. They that's actually their form of the Echo. It just is prevalent in everybody.
It's their seers, right? They have seers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deanna Troy does not have the Echo.
Dear Troy, warrior of light.
No, now I'm gonna have to watch TNG again from like the framing of Deanna Troy being a warrior of light.
I think it'll be great. I mean, obviously, if we're talking about rewards, you'd have to get some kind of Starfleet uniform. I mean, that just seems good to me.
But
maybe there'd be a
not red one.
Red. Well,
no, red.
Dyeable.
No, not a red one.
Dyeable. But I want the Enterprise one because the Enterprise uniform had pockets.
Okay, I raise you an optional, special, unlockable through achievement outfit that is a red shirt uniform that you have to die in the duty instance to get.
Or maybe it's a fate where you have to protect a bunch of red shirts.
Oh man.
Okay, there you go.
Don't let Ensign Ricky die.
Or maybe you're supposed
they're just wandering into AoE.
Yeah, he purposely walks into the AoE. Yeah. You get like a duty action that's like rescue. You're like, Ensign?
Oh my god, I kind of wish now that we actually had a raid or something where you had to babysit the NPCs and keep them alive, or like that would be so good.
It'd be terrible.
Yoshina's like, you want escort missions?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it would be hilarious. Let me actually get some use out of rescue. I would be so down. Other than just letting my black mage be lazy.
Everybody else is screwed though. Anybody without rescue is like, what do I do? I don't know.
It's a duty. You get it as a duty action. It's some kind of teleporter thing.
So
yeah.
So I'm the only one who does squadrons, huh?
Maybe they could even. That brings up a good. Maybe you could even do like a semi-squadron mission with them. We could give a little more content there. and take them through, I don't know, some of the dungeons or tours of Eorzea, and have them be little NPCs. And then you could have the red shirts you had to rescue, but you could fight alongside Captain Janeway, or, you know, anybody else, Picard, anybody else you want to throw in there.
Take them up into Az's Law, and instead of like the Ixal stuff busting out of the test tube, it's all just tribbles.
Yeah.
The tribbles are taking over Az's Law.
I mean, we need more Grand Company stuff, and they already have a military structure. You could just fold it right in, you know, like
they've done seasonal event dungeons, you know? Like,
yeah.
There we go.
No, I liked this note that just got erased from the outline. Please tell us.
You want to add that back in?
Yeah. Just go ahead.
While you guys have been talking, I've spent this pretty much entire conversation over here imagining like what Kirk would do, because no one brought up Kirk, and all I can see is in my head is like him fist fighting a Hrothgar because he wants to sleep with an Aura.
Yeah,
we'll bring him in. He can narrate the cutscenes.
Right.
We'll get a voice narrator.
Because the in-world races are just so different here that it immediately strikes me. And there's so many waifus too that I can't see Kirk showing up and thinking anything but, oh hey.
Yeah,
he's way too white for the Prime Directive.
That would be so good. And what if your emote was his ridiculous like dodge roll that he does all the time?
Oh, orchestrion roll of that song, the dun 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 dun, the fight song.
Can we have a new like sitting pose that's just Raka's like, you know, legs like out here?
Captain's chair furniture item.
Oh yes.
Oh,
and then we'll do a lizard man emote on top of the tribble.
Sit pose where you step over the chair and you sit in it backwards.
That's exactly.
There you go. Yep.
Make it so.
I kind of want this now. Bad thing.
Get like an engage emote.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, if they were going as simple as possible, right? They could just easily have the ship show up and be like, "Oh, we're making contact with a new planet," and then just have them come down for like a mundane mission. But I don't think that's as fun as Janeway in a coffee shop and Voyager going so far astray that it shows up there. That sounds very good to me. But they could go just textbook.
No, I like your idea. I like us talking to Janeway about the Asians and her just being like, "Oh, you mean Q?"
Mm-hmm.
And then us like, "Oh, we can go and like sort out this stuff with Omega," and she's like, "Oh, what? You mean that Borg scout ship?" Okay.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Well, this was the best one. So
Yeah.
we only had.
I mean, I don't know. I thought Seinfeld was pretty solid too, but
No.
All right,
just because you're not as knowledgeable about Seinfeld, you know, we're hitting all the. It is. All right. Let's see. What can we do next?
Let's do The Witcher.
Witcher. All right.
All right.
So that's towards the top from on Twitter from Ivory Jazzman. I liked that Moose put this one. The big twist is that he's actually not very good by Eorzean standards, and all the fates are him needing help on his guild leaves.
Yes.
Aww. I like this Bard Quest tie-in.
Yeah,
that's right. Good. I mean, toss a coin to your Witcher is hot right now. 2 months ago, right? Like, that was all the rage. So bring in a bard, do some performance mini games or something, and yeah.
If there's one thing Koji's really good at, it's bringing in like 3 or 4 year old memes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
or you know, decades old memes, whichever, you know.
80 songs.
Right. Yeah, we'll just reference some 80 songs, and yeah, I think we could totally. We've done some Hawk Manor instant stuff before for like Halloween events. Let's go back in there. Let's have to kill some kind of weird monster or something, and seems simple enough, straightforward. You get a little roach minion maybe, or a mount.
Roach mount would be amazing. I kind of like the idea of giving some like fun, new, maybe temporary content for hunts, because I mean, obviously you're gonna go out and do some winter.
Yeah.
So like maybe Geralt shows up through a portal or, you know, Yennefer's accidentally sent them somewhere, we don't know, and they appear, and alongside them we've got SS ranks, but now we get like a new Witcher rank, where a whole bunch of special monsters appear or can be triggered, that then all of our hunters can go out and fight for special rewards and try to bring down alongside Geralt. Maybe he like randomly shows up at some of the fates and fights alongside you or something. That'd be kind of, I'd be down for that.
And you know, if we're gonna do that crazy linking thing like we've done before, right? 2B and Soul Calibur and all like, that kind of crap. Geralt was in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know anything about that collab other than it was a thing that happened. So I don't know how that worked out, but
maybe we can do the Witcher collab like within the Monster Hunter collab where Geralt's like, oh, Rathalos is here too. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay.
Like they sent me after this dragon. Do you have any idea how far I've had to come to kill this damn thing?
It was very similar to what Rick was suggesting. A bunch of monsters from The Witcher were in Monster Hunter, and you hunted them because Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Makes sense.
What was it, the Leshen? Yeah.
I mean, we could go a totally different route, and we could go Gwent, and maybe you discover a new deck of cards for Triple Triad, but they're all Gwent-themed cards.
I was just going in that direction. I was like, I had to look up the Witcher wiki to see what they were called. Like, this is the franchise where you get a trading card for everyone he sleeps with.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that was the first game.
There's definitely a quest line where you got to be Geralt's wingman for a bit, and everyone he sleeps with, you get a new Triple Triad card for this event.
And
classy, really classy.
Yeah, I love it.
Harry,
hey, I didn't make The Witcher 3.
You didn't? I could have sworn that you worked at CD Projekt.
I have to clarify. That was The Witcher 1. They very quietly never did that again.
Yeah, never again.
After the first game. Yeah, look, that's a thing that could happen. Would I hate it? 110%.
Level 39 nerd in the chat. Imagine Geralt trying to hit on Y'shtola. We could get Geralt in, we could get Kirk in here, and Y'shtola just like knees them all in the balls. Like, just go away. What are you doing here? I'm not interested.
Oh,
See,
no.
now I think the real way to go with this, if we're talking games, Dandelion, although obviously books, TV series, different name, I think it would be the real best way to do this. Get the bard stuff going with Dandelion. Then you have like a side quest where he goes around trying to woo all of the women. And maybe also we get a little bit of the, oh my God, Hildebrand in his beautiful outfit from Stormblood.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
And he tries to like romance everybody, but just cannot seem to pull it off.
Nobody falls for it, but Tataru is close.
Oh no.
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 If we do get a Roche mount, can it have a special action where it just glitches out, like upside down or something? We have to have it, right?
Is that a thing in the games?
Oh yes. As soon as it gets on unlevel terrain, it just flips over or something. That'd be
I've never seen that. Oh man.
It would be fun if they had different versions of the Roach mount that like had on its flank, I don't know, the head of some of the creatures that you could fight if we went like the hunting route.
Like the griffin head or something. Yeah. Okay.
And then you could like trade in if you killed that particular hunt mark during the event, you could like trade in a special currency from that to like get the version of the mount that had that head hanging on it. That'd be kind of fun.
There you go.
Never thought we'd be accessorizing with monster heads, huh?
I mean, monster heads are in right now.
Makes sense, right? Trophies, you know?
Yeah. And then you can get them to hang on your wall in your house. There you go. All right. So that was The Witcher. Also from Ivory Jazzman, Doctor Who was another one that they submitted. Now, I don't really know much about Doctor Who, so I can't really speak to this one. I know, you know, there's the TARDIS. I know a little bit, but I have never actively watched the show.
The TARDIS is just a very small and very efficient crystal tower at this point.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Oh my God. I wasn't even thinking about tying Crystal Tower to the TARDIS, but what if they were trying to like I don't know, the side quest starts you trying to navigate the timeline or something, and they break off a piece of the crystal tower and like stick it on top of the box, and then you use that to navigate time and space.
I can just
That's
imagine.
how we get our other friends back to the source.
Oh, we just use the TARDIS.
Yeah. When you're doing that, you know, you see the TARDIS and you're like, what's going on there? And then let's just go super crazy. You look to the left, you see the TARDIS. You're like, that's really weird. You look to the right, you see Bill and Ted.
I knew you were gonna do it.
There's a new movie coming out. It's a perfect time.
And then you look behind you, and you see Rick and Morty, and you unsub.
And then you unsub
Just delete the game. You just
it's actually
just delete
automatic.
the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
if your
lost
camera
the,
just touches them, it's over.
We've lost the phone booth similarity though. To Rick and Morty, so they won't add that, certainly.
Morty's just like, gee, Rick, looks like everybody's here. Yeah, Smash has nothing on us, Morty.
Oh no.
I mean, the obvious tie-in would be some kind of like, I don't know, Alexander shenanigan where he reawakens again or something, and the Doctor stumbles out of him, and you know, I mean, like you could do something there. I think. I also really liked, I don't know who made this note, but the note about Daleks being a great vehicle for just whatever you can. Like Daleks come out of Alexander, and it's like, oh, all right, I guess this is happening. Was Alexander a huge Dalek the whole time? Maybe, who knows? Like you could do some stuff like that. I do like so take it away, whoever has this good note, because I do like this one a lot with the Allegan nodes and things.
Yeah, I want to see the Daleks versus the ADS nodes. Just like that's the war that happens in the background. Like they don't even try to go.
Oh man, yeah, you know, the Doctor could just not be here for us at all. It's just the Allegan technology, you know, it's like, you know, what is going on with all this nonsense? I have to fix it. We're, you know, going around, we have to go back to Allegan bullshit for some reason. And he's just there.
Well, the Doctor's like not too keen when other people start messing with time, because that's, you know, his business. That's his jurisdiction. I feel like him learning about what Graha Tir's been doing, he would not be like super impressed.
That's true.
I feel like we're gonna have to be kind of reconciling that. Maybe he shows up to be like, I need to fix this timeline. This timeline's not right. We need to go back to the Aetheryble calamity, and we I don't know, need to find a way to make the Doctor happy, and you know, not.
I think we have the Daleks and the Allegan stuff show up. Godbert shows up to help us, and then towards the end, Godbert transforms because Godbert has been the Doctor this whole time.
Doctor.
Oh no. Why would you?
I have heard a lot of theories about Godbert being a primal.
I mean, he's got his hammer. That's just his form of the screwdriver when he's on Eorzea. Like
this is a really good transition. Okay. How many of you guys have watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventures?
Oh God, we're going straight into JoJo's.
Godbert Mandeville is a Joestar. All right. Okay. 100%. The Mandevilles are actually descended from the Allegan clan, Joestar, and they're embroiled in this millennia-old battle with this ancient Mark Night King named Dio, and we have to uncover the ancient summoning school of stand summoning. To help the Mandeville Joestars defeats this ancient Nightkin. There you go.
I like everything about that.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know,
I mean, they're basically already like, you know, the Hildebrand stories are very much the same kind of flavor already. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
I just want to see like all the Scions get stands and what it would be like. Take game music and give them those titles, but have it tie in. You know, like I don't know. I can't think of any right now. I'm trying to think some. I mean, it would be horrible if Alphino or Alice had like, I don't know, answers, and they had the answer stand and it was just Bahamut, or maybe it was the Phoenix stand and it was their grandpa. Who knows? But you have to do music names, and that's the thing that gets me. I can't. I don't have the brain to do that. But I want to see the Mandervilles versus like some Pillarmen. We got to have Pillarmen, right? You got to have big burly
we
Pillarmen.
have Pillarmen. We definitely have to have Pillarmen.
The only thing that popped into my head for the twins, for Alphino specifically, was dude looks like a lady because he looks like a sister. It's not good.
Oh my
It just
God.
popped in my head.
This is the segue to the unlisted Mrs. Doubtfire tie-in that I was looking for.
Oh my God. I mean, the thing is that Ethies, I have literally nothing to add because I think you just nailed. I think you nailed
It's perfect,
it.
yeah.
I think that is what the collaboration would be, and
I mean, we
that's
need more Hildebrand. There you go. I mean, they said we were gonna get. I don't know if we need more, but they said we were gonna get more.
Yes, we do. We always
I just
need
wanted
more
to be
Hildebrand.
accurate.
How
Okay.
dare you?
we will get more.
Yeah.
But yes, this would be perfect. This would be perfect. I have nothing to critique about it.
Stands are basically eggies, right?
Yeah.
Like stands are just they're just eggies.
I
So
mean,
we've
we'd
already
have
got
to
it.
get we'd have to get rewards of some of the hairstyles, some of the ridiculous poses,
yes.
some of the
Definitely. Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
110%.
Mhm.
Oh, I want a 7-page Muda emote, please. It just takes like 4 minutes, and you just stand there punching.
I want a minion of Dio that anytime you summon it, it goes, "It's me, Dio."
Every once in a while, Steamroller just shows up, or an ambulance.
Oh my goodness.
I do want I guess we should mention too that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was suggested by Ted Rock.
Mhm.
But I do want to jump back really fast to Doctor Who for just a quick little thing. I think it would be fun if the Doctor showed up and then we got to be the companion and then we got to go do something that was like looking at the past or something crazy in the past, like going to the height of ancient Oleg or something. Like that would be a really fun, I think, way to actually give us a glimpse of stuff. Or, I mean, God, if we went all the way back to like ancient Amarat or whatever, like there are so many cool periods of time that would be really fun to see. And I think it would be cool to have a little like bonus thing where you got to be a companion for a while and then go chill. I'd be down for that.
That's not a bad idea.
He just recognizes that we've been in the first year of the 7th Astral Era for like a decade, and he's like, you should really see another.
Yes, you really get out there. You haven't been outside of this era? What?
I'm just imagining the Doctor interacting with all of the debate going on in that time period, and that would be so good. Oh man.
We've
would
already
be excellent.
determined that Q is an Asian.
Mhm.
Could it be that the Doctor is also a Hammertine?
Mm.
Ooh. I would be down.
What kind? One.
Pardon?
What kind? Which one? Is he any
Which
specific
one?
faction? Any specific faction?
I mean,
Or-
he'd have to be. Well, we're the dissident, right?
Mhm.
Presumably, that's the
Yeah.
hypothesis. But it would make sense, right? If the Doctor was the dissident.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
He
like,
just shows up, steals our thunder.
That's the collaboration retcon that Koji and Oda are just like, what? You want us to? Okay.
oh, all right. What if he was from the, original planet, but he wasn't from Amarat? He was one of the other, like indigenous peoples or part of them, and they were watching this and went, "Wow, you messed everything up," and now he's just on this mission to try and correct it. But then we would have run into him before. But still, that would be cool too.
I'm sorry. You want to sacrifice half your population for what now?
Yeah, exactly.
What if Grahatia is literally the Doctor?
Weird
Now,
things
what-
have happened.
Grahati as the Doctor is not unbelievable. I
No.
would say that one's not unbelievable to me. Thinking of something fun we could do though, maybe you could get like a bonus dungeon or a trial or something that had a little bit of that blink energy where rather than doing look aways, you had to do like look ats and like control the different things that were around the field so that they wouldn't, sneak up on somebody or, teleport around and then come at you. That'd be kind of
like the angels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the Weeping Angels.
I love
And-
and hate everything about that.
You could tie it into all of the different, I don't know, stone constructs and things that you see in a lot of the ancient,
Makes
civilizations.
me think of the Kefka fight, where you actually did have to look at it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
could do
have something weird going on with the gargoyle statues over at Hawk Manor. Geralt shows up and helps you out. And...
Wait, he's in the Doctor Who one as well?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I heard you like collabs, so here's a collab inside your collab.
Fusion's just like throw them all in there like a big collab stew. Go for it.
Screw it. Just
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the flavors mix. Just go.
None of this is supposed to make sense.
Yeah, Kramer's there. Geralt comes in riding a Rathalos. Like, let's do it. Hell yeah.
And nobody gets soup.
And we all go to Boja to fight up against the Yeah, and we all go to Boja together to fight against the Garlean soup cooks that are in the Citadel. Yeah.
All right.
Yo, boy.
Oh,
And how do we get there? Mario Karts.
Good transition.
Nice segue.
Good
this
segue.
Very, very challenging, isn't it?
There's a lot of notes here, though.
There is a lot of notes here.
Yeah, I mean, there's some ideas here.
Definitely, I mean, you could definitely get the Ironworks involved. I think that's easy enough, right? I mean, after working on Magitech stuff, maybe Biggs and Wedge are like, hey, let's make something, and maybe they make a cart, or maybe after all the Omega stuff, Nero's like, you know what, I need to look into something that's a little more chill but profitable. I never thought I'd be making a wheeled Magitech shoot Adamantoise shells, but hey, why not?
I like that, but it's not a Mario Kart collaboration. It's just a Mario Kart derivative. To be a Mario Kart collaboration,
that's fair.
We have to have Mario in it.
Obviously, we get a mount, right?
Yeah, definitely. You get a mount at the end.
Yeah, obviously you get a mount.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, there's Galaxy. You know, there's Odyssey. There's space travel in Mario.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all
also,
missing.
the other moon is actually just like that Mario starship. From...
So all the rabbits and stuff. They get the moon from Odyssey. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. That one I think works.
Other, we've got a moon with the Zodiark. There's another moon out there that just has rabbits.
I mean, we do already have Chocobo racing in the game.
Yeah.
So if we can like tie somehow either Chocobos in Mario Kart outfits that then have special new abilities you can use, or there's some new competitor to Chocobo racing that has appeared and nobody knows where they came from and what is happening with them, and then you have to go in and dig into the mystery, and there's some new like optional race. I mean,
you come back from the first, right, at the end of Shadowbringers, and they're like, wow, so like what happened over there? Some stuff and summons, and Titan had a go-kart. A what? Oh, it's like a little thing with... That sounds really cool. Let's make those.
There we go. And the one who makes them is a Lalafell that looks like Mario.
Yeah.
Done.
With a big mustache.
Works for the Ironworks or for Godbert, and yeah.
There are so many like good Super Mario like Lalafell glams already.
That's true.
You just take that and say, yeah, this is our new Ironworks engineer. He says he was a plumber. I don't know why we need that, but yeah.
You need to make sure that the pipes on the cart are good.
Yeah, instead of space travel, they just show up through a pipe and it's never explained.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we teleport with crystals. Why can't the dude come out of a pipe?
Yeah.
Is that Mario? Is that his name?
Mario.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
Yeah, and Luigi Mario. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fine.
Yeah.
They're already named like towers.
Isn't that female name pattern?
That's right. That is the female. It's
It'd be Mario.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's
even
something
better.
else. That's.
I know.
I like it.
Just blow your mind. And his brother.
Now, we do have an actually good one down here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Would you like to elaborate on the one that's actually good?
Wait, is this my one?
This is the Bowser as a Kojin Sky Pirate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Bowser's a Kojin, right? Bowser's a Kojin Sky Pirate King, and he like comes into Uldar with his fleet of airships and kidnaps Nanamo. and then we have to team up with Mamario Maro and go and rescue her. And then I don't know, the ironworks with the go-karts there somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well,
You gotta
you get a question mark block duty action that like randomizes, and then you get like
one of the power-ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's good. I think that's a good, solid way to integrate these.
So to throw back really quick to the carts, you could get 3 different kinds of carts, just like they have the lightweight, the heavy, and the midweight. And you'd have to do it on each kind of job. So a healer would be lightweight, the tank would be a heavyweight, and the DPS would be the midweight. They would have
That
3
would be
different.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But they could be styled after the different jobs.
Well, and you know, a while back, Yoshida talked about the idea of having a new minigame in Gold Saucer that was like Chocobo flying through rings and stuff. Do that, but have it drive, but then have fly sections like the newer Mario Karts, and just do the Mario Kart collab with that.
Yeah.
Now, is Yoshi a chocobo?
No,
He's
but
a hairless chocobo. Yeah, sure.
He's a hairless.
Yes.
Yeah.
A hairless chocobo.
like a
I don't
sphinx
ever want to
chocobo.
think about that again.
I love
He's
it.
a gross
Hey, it can't be any worse than the live action movie Yoshi.
What if he's closer
Or
to
the
like a
Goombas,
Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, not as good, but yeah.
It's like less funny, but definitely good.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yes. And this was by Lotus Veritas. I don't know if we mentioned this one, the suggestion. Mario Kart.
Have
Yeah,
another
thank
segue
you.
for you.
I want
Are
to
you
see.
ready?
I want to see Alpha hanging out with Yoshi now.
Alpha and Yoshi. Yeah.
Aww.
Right?
would be
I think
adorable.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good pair, and when they can go hang out with the tribbles.
Little bit. So since Bowser is a Kojin, I think we can hop to the Ninja Turtles.
Don't you just hate it
yeah,
when that Allegan ooze just falls out of the sky in Azazel and just lands on some Kojin and just transforms them into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Yeah.
They don't need a transformation. They're already kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
There
like
needs to be some
30.
kind of ooze
That's the
tie-in.
way
Just
it
let it
works.
just let it happen.
I mean, it's just like the Ixal. It was the Alligans all along, you know?
Yeah,
It was
there
just
you go.
experimentation.
Yeah.
Can I just say
Yeah.
that the idea of Splinter being oh my god, it's completely escaping. He's tried their little rats.
Kieran.
Yeah.
Yes. The idea of Splinter being cured would actually be
Woohoo.
the legitimate best thing ever that had ever happened to Final Fantasy XIV.
The downside of this is they'd have to go back and change the names of that one fate in the Shroud. Because there is that one fate that has like a splinter. There's like a turtle. They might have to adjust that a little bit, or maybe they just change it and just make it be the Ninja Turtles, whatever.
Yeah, just move it, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if they already have it, they could just use that as the collaboration jumping point, you know? But it'd still be so
Now,
good.
I hate to be that guy, but Kikan only lived for like 20 years. So he could be like the old man and they could be the teenagers, and he could be like maybe like 2 years older than them.
Maybe Splinter is a
like
title that is
JRPGs.
passed on.
Yeah, it's like the
alligator
Dread Pirate
sunset.
Roberts of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
What if we go with the ooze on there, so it also makes him older or something?
Oh, he got the ooze too, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you got the guys out in the Far East. It's like Genbu, but a rat.
Sure.
So
Not an otter, but an actual rat.
we got to think about the Foot Clan, you know? Like how do we, is it like the first movie where they like infiltrate, you know, like how do we do Shredder? How do we do Shredder in the Foot Clan?
I mean, we could go full auspices with this, right? Where we have like auspices that developed and they're all now in conflict because they were not part of our temple crew. Like, we could do that. I don't think it's as fun as actually having Allegan Sewer Goo and a Kakur named Splinter, but like, you could go that route.
I mean,
It's tough.
I really want to see like the second movie, like you fight Shredder and he falls somewhere, you know, like near the coast, and you have to fight Super Shredder with the ooze or something.
Super
You know,
Shredder.
it's got to be a two form boss fight. You got to have it.
Now,
There you go.
Could Shredder be a Legatus?
Oh yes.
Oh, there you
definitely.
go. Yeah, he's got some gun armor. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Blades also, but also gun armor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And New York City is like somewhere in Ilsabard that's like occupied by which legion would Shredder be in control of?
Trying to think of the closest. I mean,
pull a number out of your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but like, I'm trying to find the Final Fantasy that has the most tie-ins.
The most things to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I could only think of 3 because there were 4 main characters.
Well, so here's the other question, and I was thinking about this before you said 4 main characters. There was a 5th Ninja Turtle.
Oh shit!
What, Venus?
Venus.
That's true.
And from there, you can tie it into the Power Rangers and Space spin-off.
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Even.
So in the 90s, there was a live-action turtle show on Fox, and they had a female Ninja Turtle. It was like a light blue bandana named Venus, and then they had a Power Rangers in Space.
The painting versus the painter, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say that I've seen every episode of that, but I have. I really liked the Ninja Turtles when I was younger.
You didn't have to admit that. You could have kept that. I could have to your grave. You realize?
You know, I believe in openness.
Great. Ninja Turtles is great.
I think
Did I hear accurately that these are Kojin, but they're like in Ilzabardian, New York?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right,
yeah.
what's wrong with that?
I'm gonna say that's why they like pizza so much. They've just never had it.
I was gonna say we
What
needed
is
to
this?
establish the pizza connection at some point too. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Maybe it's like a new culinarian recipe that you acquire, and you have to like in a
Pizzas.
mini game come up with what pizza is because they want it so bad.
And
so
then
you
it's a
have to,
time
like,
trial because you have to deliver it in 5 minutes,
Yes.
or they don't have to pay for it.
That would be like the
man.
cheese sandwich in 11. Like I would just
Yeah.
carry one around.
Yeah.
for fun.
There you go.
Maybe that's how this all starts.
Yes,
It's
I was
like a
gonna say
new
that.
culinarian thing where you get a request at the Culinarian Guild for this strange thing that nobody understands what it is, and you have to go and make it and then deliver it, and you
To a
end
great-
up in
Koji?
New York City, Ilsabard. And
Koji, are you out there? We're just handing you 6.0 Culinarian Quest. Koji, are you there? That's it.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what. It doesn't even have to be a tie-in. Just make it all just be nods. Deliver pizza to Kojin.
What about Casey Jones? Do we throw Casey Jones in? Is it too early? Is he in the second
Well,
part?
was
well.
thinking
So here's the thing. I think you can forego Casey, but maybe get an April.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Casey comes into part 2 with Bebop and Rocksteady
I was wondering
and,
about
and Vanilla Ice. We got to bring the Ninja Rap Orchestrion roll in here.
Which one of the Eorzean newspapers does April work for?
Oh, the same one. Oh, who is the reporter from Manderville? There's the
That's a good
reporter.
question.
You know what I'm
I don't
talking
know.
about? Come on, lore buffs. The reporter.
I don't care about. Okay, we get so many of these characters that are like, I'm the reporter for the Mithril Eye. Is that one? I think
Yeah.
that's one. Yeah.
She's the one that has the
Is that
hat.
one?
She's
But
part
they're
of
all the
whole-
same. They're all the same, and they're not characters.
No, she
But-
plays a role in the Manderville quest. She
Yeah.
has a friend named April who then comes in. Look, I've got it sorted out. I've got it worked
There you
out.
go. All right.
It's
They did.
perfect.
They did have more character in 1.0. I'll give.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I
well,
feel like
that's,
we've
we
done that.
nailed that one. TMNT.
Yeah, that's
I feel like we
perfect.
just killed it on that.
You're
I mean,
welcome, Koji.
If we're talking about
game.
rewards or things like that, you get the eye bandanas, or maybe you get a new version of the Kojin, collectible armor, but instead it just has the like bandanas on it, and that'd be good.
Or pizza-based weapons.
Pizza-based weapons.
I mean, I had the turtle van when I was younger that had a
yes.
pizza launcher on it.
New mount, turtle van with a pizza launcher, special action.
True.
Heck
facts.
yeah, done.
I used getting a vaccination to get the Ninja Turtle van. I was like, I don't want to do it, and my grandma was like, you have to do it. It's like, I'll do it if I get this thing. And
Dude,
I
I had the van, I had the
Wow.
blimp. The blimp was actually an inflatable thing that didn't last too long. My friend had the
Yeah,
Technodrome. I was super jealous of the Technodrome. I never got one.
Mhm.
I had a
I
lot
would
of Turtles
imagine the
toys.
pizza launcher is like an absolute last contingency, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's like the equivalent of of throwing your money in like FF10, where you just it's like, oh, I really don't want to, but all right.
I could see it. I mean, they could also do something fun where maybe in like the major cities, suddenly, like sewer, I'm trying to talk about like the sewer grates just like appear, and you can like click on them to go down into like a new little mini puzzle or something.
Have it in Old Da. There was that like sewer area in 1.0 we never got back, right? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, done.
This isn't on the outline, but when you said van, it made me think of Scooby-Doo.
Oh no.
I would love to see Scooby-Doo and Hildebrand just running around.
Oh my god. Yes. That's perfect.
You can pull off any crossover though. Like, did you see the episode they did with Supernatural? Like, it's perfectly versatile.
They've done Supernatural, they've done Batman, they've done the Harlem Globetrotters. Why not Hildebrand Manderville? That's brilliant. I love everything about this.
It would be especially good if they framed it in such a way that it almost didn't feel like the collaboration with Scooby-Doo coming into 14, but instead you end up in like a crossover where it feels like you're the one that has been ported into the Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
There's like some
and there's a minigame in Hawk Manor where they just keep running across the hall being chased.
Yes. I just want the duty, whatever it is. You don't even fight. So you're just feeding Scooby and Shaggy Scooby snacks. So you're just collecting them and getting them to them somehow. And Shaggy is the one who kills the enemy. Because he ascends to his true form.
Hawk Manor. Oh my god. In the end, it's just like old man Foster and his real estate scam trying to get Hawk Manor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
And the reward at the end of this, you get a Scrappy Doo minion.
No, better.
Wow. All right. Lots of hate for Scrappy Doo. All right.
Maybe you
wow.
get like
Wasn't expecting.
You get the.
Right, what if it was Puntable?
I'd rather have like
Puntable,
Vincent
yes.
Price. He was there.
Vincent Price.
I do absolutely. There's no other possible thing for this except for a third go at Hawk Manor, where everybody's like, "Man, it's so crazy how the Void sent there," and then you get to the end of it, and you do realize the whole time it has been Crazy Old Man Jenkins or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would lose my mind. That would be so good.
He's like the old caretaker of someone in the family, and he's like, I've just been doing this so that they don't take it over.
You fight a very homemade cosplay of the Cloud of Darkness, and it's like one of the black mages from 1.0.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This would be so perfect and so good, and I would love it so much. And that's that. I
would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you Warriors of Light. And your talking dog.
Ah, yeah.
Now, is Scooby an Auspice or a Lupin? Because I want to make a proposition here. He's a Lupin that walks on all fours.
I would love that. Yes.
Okay.
and he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to, right? He doesn't have to debase himself like that, but he just really wants some Scooby snacks.
Well, and Scooby snacks is the currency you collect to exchange for the rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I went to thinking, what is there's a beast tribe mount that is the really lanky wolf. Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, I was thinking one of those who mysteriously could speak for some reason. But the idea, of having the most awkward boy walking around on all fours, and his entire people are like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, even not. I think if it's just a Lupin, the Lupin were very underutilized for what they were. I feel like so to bring them back somehow. Yeah,
bring them back.
Everyone's like, hey, that guy's like a person, right? And he's like, shut up, I want the snacks. I want this.
And Shaggy's just like, uncool, man. Like, don't even bring it up.
You give Scoob one, then you look at Shaggy. He's like, I'm not getting down like that.
Oh man, you have to split up, and they put the party together, but everybody else splits up. So it's like the 4 people going through this dungeon are together, but everyone else split up, and you're like, why would you do that? Like, why would you split up? Like, the Warrior of Light says something about it. It's like, that's just dumb. Why would you do that?
Seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You know, when you mention like just running back and forth like through the rooms across the corridor, that's just Hawk Manor. Like that's just normal mode Hawk Manor already.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're halfway there.
It's really weird how many of these I've tried to put into Hawk Manor.
I know you're very convinced that everything.
It wasn't intentional in any way. It just kind of happened.
Well, it's a good set piece.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Oh, let's see here.
There's
let's do. We had the. What's that?
Let's do John Wick.
John Wick.
Right in the middle. 7 hands, 250.
All right.
Yeah. So this one came from Twitter. Savitans 250. Just started Machinist and have been enjoying it. So give me John Wick. I mean, look, you know, Idleshire has been developing a little bit. They need a hotel. They call it the Continental. And, you know, things happen. Various organizations become established in it.
I feel like this would be a good way to establish and spread out the Thieves Guild, like the Rogues Guild.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love like an assassination minigame that's kind of like hunts, like, you know, instead of your daily hunts, it's like daily assassinations in the next one or something.
Daily hunts is
Wow.
murder.
That's dark.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be an MMO.
I've been running around an ESO stealing and killing people, right?
Yeah.
I want a Thieves Guild in every game that I'm playing now.
Okay, but how fun would it be if they somehow managed to do a thing that was like, if you went to the Assassin's Guild or whatever, and you said, yes, I would like an assassination target. At the same time, you agreed yourself to like be a target of somebody else's assassination. And then you'd have to like, the mini game would be that you around the world would have like an open world PvP, but it would be that like somebody could come up to you and try to gank you. And then you would have to go try and find your person.
That seems like it'd be the most irritating game of teleport tag imaginable. He's in Kugana now. Oh, he's in Ul'dah now, and it's just teleporting around for 5 hours and nobody wins.
I would love if they recontextualize all of John Wick as a game of tag, though. Like the Continental is just kids, right? So they're like, yeah, we're this giant organization, and we're, you know, like they have these like currency, and it's just kids,
PG.
and it's just go find this person and tag them instead of kill them,
murder them.
Yeah.
But here,
no, I mean instead of it.
Right, but at one point, one of the kids gets fed up, and he does kill somebody with a pencil.
No, I would love for them to be like John Wick, and it's just a kid, you know, like, and you know, it's
little Johnny Wick.
Yeah, exactly.
And his little minion pup.
Yeah, and it's just a giant
that gets killed by one of the goblins of the Illuminati.
John Wick, the dog.
Oh yeah, certainly.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a Lupin walking around on all fours.
Really, every dog.
Everybody's in the game, but nah.
Something happens in Hawk Manor, and Scooby dies, and you find out that Shaggy was only babysitting Scooby for John Wick.
Mr. Wick's gonna be so mad.
What were you kids doing in that Hawk Manor anyway? Like we were hungry, man.
That was pretty good, Shaggy. That's a pretty good impersonation right there.
Oh my goodness.
Fusion, you could voice him in the English version, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Collab. It's definitely gonna happen.
I don't know what's more unlikely, the fact that we get the collaboration, or they actually put the money into voice the collaboration.
How dare you?
Neither would happen.
No.
So
Neither would happen.
Skipped over the whole fact that they wanted it attached to Machinist. How do we do that? How do we smush that in?
One of the rewards is like a silencer assassin pistol.
Yeah,
it was a new pistol. Yeah.
All right.
I like the idea of pistols, but it really does make that sprinting animation with the weapon out look all the more ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have one pistol. We might have two pistols now. I forget. We have the
range, not quite rifle length things.
We have the Garo pistol. There was one more. I feel like that was shorter, I think, but I can't remember what it was.
You could do like a sniper rifle, I guess.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. Maybe
Yeah.
there's like a sniping mini game. If we're gonna not do the really fun, I think perfect idea of assassination tag, then you can do like a sniper game.
Or take the Namazu Daily mini game where you have to like blow the darts at the targets. Just have pencils that you throw.
Oh my God.
Yes.
There you go. I mean, it could be a spin-off or something of the Machinist Guild that went into the darker, deadlier arts and decided that they were going to turn them into
Look, if Thancred turned into a gunbreaker, I see no reason why we can't have a machinist that wants to be a ninja or a thief.
Yeah, look, it could be a hybrid of those two. They could come together to create this new assassination sort of gun wielder.
Or, just redo Machinist as a melee class.
No, don't touch it. It's fine. Don't touch it anymore. They finally got it right, damn it.
You okay there?
No.
I'm down.
All right.
I'm just saying, Equilibrium had gun katas, so does John Wick. You just make a melee gunfighter.
Equilibrium was a badass movie. I love
It
that
was.
movie. If you haven't watched Equilibrium, go watch Equilibrium. It's some solid cinema there. All right.
I'm gonna second that. It got totally overshadowed.
Yes, it really did.
Everybody's like, The Matrix! And it's like, but Equilibrium. It's got Batman.
Yeah.
And,
I'm gonna take us to, because it's right underneath this one, and it has been catching my eye for a while here. Nexus Christian's Lord of the Rings. Which we have some very good suggestions on here. But I want to say, what if the ring possessed a void scent, and so it whispered at you, and that void scent was a servant of a greater void scent named Sauron, who was a big eye on the tower. And then you had to travel, you had to cross the realms, you had to travel across to get to like a tear, to go to the world of darkness, and then fight Sauron. That's my thought on that.
I like it.
I feel like we already fought a giant eye in the world of darkness.
I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about Minryu?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, the Ahriman. Yeah. I'm like, took me a second. All right, yeah, that's true.
I'm just being a smart ass. We can fight two eyes. It's fine.
I mean,
This one's attached to a tower, though.
Yeah.
This one is on a tower.
It'd be
It's
like Ozma,
different.
It's just Ozma at the top of the tower,
Or just a perched Ahriman. He just doesn't want to come down. There you go. You have to hit the tower to make him come down. Knock him off the tower.
See, I'm hesitant about this one because I feel like the fantasy ones are just a little bit too easy. It's so easy to be like, oh, well, that's just another shard or whatever. But I really like this idea. Who's writing in blue here?
That was me. That was mine.
Okay, this is fantastic. Can you tell us what your idea was?
Yeah, yeah. So we take Fellowship, right? We take that scene from Moria. Gandalf, you shall not pass. Everybody gets out, and then he just jumps down the hole with the thing. But he just a little bit hard. So he comes out in the Ruby Sea where that volcano is, and we eventually help him harness the gift of light, and then he becomes Gandalf the White.
Why the Ruby
And then he
Sea?
goes because it's a volcano thing, fire, and he just out the other end. Yeah.
Could have done Limsa though.
There's no volcano thing in Limsa.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
There's more lava in the Ruby Sea, and there's horses nearby too, right? So we can give him a horse, and instead of a flying mount, right? Because it would be too easy if they could just if he got a flying mount, he just goes back and they just drop the ring. So we give him a horse, and then this is all we can do for you. Send him on his way.
I would love. You go ahead.
So is the idea here that we like turn Gandalf into a warrior of light, and that's how he becomes Gandalf the White?
Yeah,
like
correct.
awaken the echo in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that actually.
Okay.
I did not expect.
We're a side trip on his way back to the house.
This is what he was doing until his reappearance.
So there's that scene. He's like, I was in this weird area. I was naked, but really, I actually went to Eorzea.
I mean, I can see you just put it right there. I just want in whatever fight we have to do, there's a bar. You know how usually we have to fight this bar filling up, but it's just till the eagles appear and it never fills completely. Like, no matter how long you take in this fight, it just keeps filling and it keeps
Wow.
slowing down. And Gandalf is like, no, guys, seriously, they're going to come and help us. And it just never fills. I mean, yes, I know the Eagles do show up, but that would be great.
It did take them a long ass time.
Yeah. Like, they show up after Enrage, like, you die to the Enrage, and then the Eagles show up.
And then they raise you. Sorry, guys, we're a little late.
So every time that like during the Hobbit that Gandalf has to like disappear with no explanation, it's actually because his raid group's calling him on Discord and he needs to get back over to Eorzea.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Solid.
yes, yes, yes.
Canon. Absolutely can.
Be
Yeah,
so
there you
good.
go. Mhm.
Or maybe, okay, if we're going to take this a different direction, so like at the end of everything, obviously some of the elves and, you know, they all go back to their homeland and we've got the whole, you know, sad thing, Frodo's going along with them. What if their homeland has just been Eorzea the whole time, but now they came back and they're like, what's all this nonsense that has appeared since we last left?
And Frodo's a Lalafell. That explains so much.
Yeah.
Done.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Done. And oh my God, and what you get from it is a pair of invisible shoes that just gives Lalafell, or I guess anybody, really hairy feet.
Oh, we can finally solve one of the oldest mysteries. It was the Ents. The Ents that summoned Sephiroth.
Yeah, there we go.
Not the Locos.
I have an inconsistency.
What's
There are
that?
hobbits and dwarves in the land of the Lord of the Rings. Was that Middle Earth?
Yeah.
And we have hobbits that are dwarves in Eorzea. How you explain this?
Well,
I
the
got
dwarves all
this.
stay in Middle Earth, so you don't have to.
Okay.
None of the dwarves.
Yeah, they don't.
travel off to the. What's the land called? I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah, they don't take the boat ride.
Elfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they would go to a different world. They would go to the...
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if Final Fantasy XI Rogadins have tails, just whatever. Things happen. Genetics change over time. I mean,
Sure. Evolution. Got it.
yeah. There you go. Which brings us to the Charles Darwin collaboration. No.
Oh my God.
I don't think that would work.
We're gonna go out to the Galapagos and
Oh God, Darwin like arriving in Eorzea and being like,
Look, I'm going.
Oh,
I've got this.
he's an Amaratian, right? And the race has diverged from that one perfect race. Now there's all these different things. He's like, what the hell? Like, what did you guys do?
See, I was gonna say that he was a Sharlayan who comes over and is like, I have this dissenting opinion about how existence and evolution has happened.
I'm here to work on my
And
thesis.
I'm here to work on my thesis. Please help me. And then you go to a new little island and you study birds, and that's a new mini game.
Birdwatcher, limited job.
He's just like, you guys make so many dumb decisions. Why are you still alive?
Yeah.
This is
and also
disproving my theory.
And also, what the hell's an ashkin?
Who did... The taxonomy is all wrong. Who's doing this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Whew.
That's good.
Did we do Chronicles of Narnia?
We have not.
We have
Love
not.
that back end with Lord of the Rings there.
Yeah, might as well take this one too here.
Same guy. Next is Christian.
Yeah, I think was this Moose that had
That's Moose and the only two things I remember from that movie franchise. So
I love this.
I love
Yeah,
that
I
you
remember-
refer to it as a movie franchise and not books.
well, a book. Well, I didn't read the books. I saw.
They
the
made books about the movie?
So,
No.
so the two things I
Novelization.
remember is that it's about like children finding a really enjoyable other world where there's threats that they can save through a wardrobe. So, I mean, obviously that wardrobe was secondhand from the pic. No.
yeah, totally a pixie thing. Yeah.
And like everything that's going on the other side of the wardrobe probably has some suspicious parallel to the beliefs of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church.
See,
Yeah.
I would love that. You know, like these are related to Ishgard in some way. Like they are fundamental to their beliefs. You know, like this is like some story or allegory that they've always had, and somehow we get into it because of primal. Who knows? Someone summons. You know, like that would be amazing.
I mean, Shiva, there could have been the White Witch bears similar powers to Shiva. So
do we really need a third Shiva though?
Yes.
Like a new iteration?
Why not, right?
Wait, so who's Aslan then?
That's what I've been wondering.
Yeah.
A really beefy Hrothgar.
Captain Picard. Didn't Patrick Stewart voice him? Right?
You know, there.
No, Liam Neeson did.
Yeah.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
Okay.
Liam Neeson.
I don't know how I got
Yeah,
those two mixed up. All right.
Yeah. I'm just imagining now that every time you summon the paladin lion mount, he's like, "Ride me!"
Yeah.
It's weird, like horn sound.
Oh my god. Or we get a Mr. Tumless mount.
Oh yeah.
No, just no.
If we're gonna tie this to Ishgardian beliefs, right? Or like some kind of Ishgardian parable, then maybe Aslan is an embodiment of Halone who has come to strike down the incarnation, the White Witch that is the incarnation of Shiva.
Yeah.
Maybe we
like
do
it.
that.
All right.
But it all starts when you try and use the glamour commode and you just get teleported randomly. Like, if you have a house in Ishgard, it just takes you somewhere.
The Pixies are like, we finally made a glamour dresser for your house. Here, check it out. Oh, wait, we messed up. Our bad.
And the side effect.
Where'd he go?
Oh my god, that would be so good though. If they were like, we added in a new reward for the Pixie Beast Tribe quest, and it's this fun, funky wardrobe, and you can now access your wardrobe. And you take it and you put it in your house and you click on it, and then you get teleported into this weird collaboration.
They just don't tell anybody? Oh my god. Yes. That's what MMOs need more of.
What secret collaborations?
Yeah.
Just random stuff that they don't even tell you about. And it's just like you just stumble upon it and be like, what the hell is this? More of that. Absolutely.
They drive people up the wall. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I have 5 minutes. I need to change my glamour really quick. Where am I?
I mean, it's kind of what happened to them, right? They were like, yeah, let's just check this out. We got stuff to do. And then they're gone for years.
Let's play hide and seek. Oh. All right.
I like the Ishgard parallel though. Pretty solid.
I could see that.
You know, especially right there, right? With the Pixies, it's, you know, Ishgard, right? So, yeah.
Same area.
Now, I do have to say, we have one for Horizon Zero Dawn, and one of the suggestions on this is so good that I want to make sure we hit it, because I was like, I didn't even think about this, but it would be very good. By Tigralia. Who did was this you, Ethies, the green one?
Yeah, is that a spoiler for Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh, I guess technically.
I mean, so look, I haven't played it, but I also just ruined Picard for some people. So at this point, and it's been out for longer than Picard, so I think at this point you're probably okay if it is a spoiler.
So
Maybe a short spoiler warning.
This is basically already the plot for Horizon Zero Dawn, that the Allegan Empire has fallen and everyone's forgotten about it, but there's still like remnants of it everywhere with all these machina and these crazy, like, you know, space age structures and stuff. And the protagonist Aloy in this case is an Allegan clone. I mean, kind of like how Une and Doga have access to the tower, that just like randomly can access all of this Allegan technology and all these Allegan buildings by virtue of being an Allegan clone. And I mean, then you've just literally got the plot for like Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's all you really needed to do.
Yeah.
Like, just set it someplace.
As long as the cauldrons are Allegan, you're pretty much set. You can do pretty much anything you want.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
I don't know how we would get there.
New World?
I mean, rogue AI, like one of those. I mean, again, the ADS just have infinite possibilities. So if it's like 12 ADS and one has gone rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Gilgamesh sneezes and opens up a dimensional rift.
Oh my God. There's like an investigation to this, you know, corruption or that's affecting some of the nodes or something, and then that leads you down the road. And then you got the clone and all the stuff, and then maybe there is, I mean, one of the bosses or one of the creatures you fight from Horizon Zero Dawn, or even like the big bad himself, you kind of you could encounter and have a trial for or something. I think that'd be super fun. And you'd have to kind of like the Monster Hunter collaboration, like break things off, or maybe like people could pick a special like a special action ability at the start of the fight. Like you could pick up a trap or you could pick up a bow or something, and then you could use like a special action at various points of the fight.
I remember breaking stuff off in 1.0. Remember that? You could like break off Ifrit's horn.
Yeah.
And...
That's why they only took freaking dragoons, lancers into the fight.
Yep, that was a thing. Some of the early concept art for Leviathan shows breaking points too. Yeah. Back in the day.
No, I think I got you at this. What if antagonistic force-wise, how we get there, it's like a corrupted backup of Omega or an attempt to recreate Omega?
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Like a TARDIS, but less literally a TARDIS.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say with the Hildebrand Scooby Doo collab, right? You find the guy at the end. It's actually Gilgamesh, and then he tries to run away, and that's how you end up in Horizon Zero Dawn Land. And then
all right, okay.
The old Hildebrand Scooby Doo JoJo John Wick collaboration.
Yeah,
that old hat.
You know, that
was probably my favorite collaboration that we had so far. Okay, well, speaking of the fourth Umbral era, we had a really good one here in an email from Cinnamon Farts. Great username, BT Dubs. Do we want to read this email?
Yeah. So they say, so as someone who is a big Godzilla fan, I think it would be really cool if they did some kind of trial or raid where your party could fight Godzilla or any of the other kaiju from the Godzilla universe. Godzilla is a big Japanese icon, and Square being a Japanese-based company, I think it'd be a cool collaboration for them to merge together. Maybe somehow make it where Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, or Ghidorah are summoned into the source as primals by ways of summoning, like in the ways some of the other primals came into being by humans or beast tribes. Anyway, just my thoughts.
I want to ignore the fact that we've already had like a Godzilla fate chain in Raktika. All right, let's just put that aside for a moment. Moose, you had a really good idea of how kaiju could be facilitated.
So when the Asians' plans actually like go according to plan, one of the most common things you see is that the primals just all fight each other. Because when like a primal is defeated, the only thing the beast tribe ever thinks is like, oh, we didn't give it enough crystals, this is all our fault. And their faith is like, it's bulwarked. And they summon it again with even more power, with even more zealotry, and they send it back out to fight again. So I'm just gonna say like the whole Godzilla kaiju fight, that's like the actual history of the fourth Umbral era. Like, prove me wrong. They don't have any records.
Well,
Ken Watanabe does everything he can to try and stop it, but
that's where Dr. Graha takes it.
The Warring Tribe,
Are
they kaiju? Are the Warring Tribe kaiju?
I think so.
Bahamut's definitely kaiju, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
They are now, yeah.
Moose is the source of Silver Tear Lake, and the Keening, the first calamity. Is that Godzilla?
Oh.
Is Godzilla chilling underneath Silver
all right, hold on.
Tear?
If you're looking for a sound effect that would be the thing that everybody heard when the whole world came unraveled, like, you could do worse than Godzilla's roar, like the original. That's a good.
I mean, look, at the end of 2.0, we hear Bahamut. Why not have Godzilla, right? In the same vein, right?
I think I had everything that is in this is very good. I had also thought, because Godzilla was mentioned, I think even when we were just spitballing this live, we had some chat fam saying this. Might have been Cinnamon, actually. And at the moment, I thought, oh, well, what if, like, on the first, in the ocean, because we know there are these remnants of Amarat, what if they had, at some point, come up with this kind of Godzilla-esque beast, and it had been summoned or something, or it was contained in a crystal, or, you know, in one of the areas of, like, our new dungeon, our most recent dungeon, and then it got released, and then you saw it like rise up from the water as you stood out. You know what I mean? Like, if you were out
Emmett Selk's creation of fake Amarat disturbed the slumber of Godzilla. And
And then
Or
there would be
Bismarck.
some kind of new fate where you had to like go out on boats and
Well, and then
it
this works, right? Because we have that ridiculous the golem thing, right? For Mount Gulg, right? We have we know they're capable of doing something stupid crazy like that. So Mechagodzilla.
What if the two fought? So we were able to reanimate the big golem guy, and then they fought, and then we brought in another collaboration. Oh my gosh, hold up.
Are you gonna say Pacific?
Pacific Rim.
Okay, or Pacific Rim. I was like Shadow of the Colossus or Pacific Rim.
Okay.
If we go Shadow of the Colossus, you have to run up the golem and then climb all over Godzilla to attack him.
Yeah.
And you can like split up the party to attack different parts and stuff, because that'd be fun. Or if we go Pacific Rim, you actually man it with like a partner or somebody.
And then the Ninja Turtles show up with the Power Rangers who have their Megazord.
Yeah.
Here we go. Easy.
It all comes back around. All right.
I don't know if we have to go into this one in great detail, but as somebody who grew up reading Brian Jakes' Redwall series, I do just want to really fast say that we could easily replicate this with all the beast tribes. And that's all I want to say. They could just all be like beast tribes, and you'd all cook a big meal and have a big feast at the end. But it wouldn't be bad like the feast from the post-50.
Yeah, it won't be that one.
That's just a quick one. That was from Scion on Discord, but that's just a quick one that I wanted to
So was
throw.
Ninja Turtles, by the way.
Oh yeah, if we didn't.
Yeah, a quick nod too, because we've noticed a few in chat as well. And I don't know what this would be, but I just want to. Somebody mentioned Resident Evil, and my immediate thought is, there we go, back to Hawk Manor again.
God.
We could do Silde.
Was that one?
We could do Silde. Like their whole society collapsed because of
true,
zombie.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I feel like that's going a little more like Las Plagas than T-Virus, but okay.
Go Tom Berries with Las Plagas, kind of. A little.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
A little.
I'd rather, if we're doing Resident Evil, I'd rather stick to the original monster
That's fair.
type.
The original trilogy.
Yeah, I was about to say you and everyone else.
I'm so glad time has validated that opinion. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was so mad at RE4. Like one of the best games ever made, and not at all what I.
Yep.
And now they're gonna remake it because reasons. Anyway.
I wonder who's more mad about that, the Code Veronica fans or the Dino Crisis fans.
Probably the Resident Evil 3 fans that were upset that that same company did Nemesis and botched it. But anyway, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
Whole different discussion. Let's see. What
We had
else?
Firefly.
Oh yeah, Firefly.
That one's
From
tough.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space
I mean-
travel. The whole space travel thing.
I mean, space travel's fun. That's easy.
Yeah.
There's no trouble with that. But what I would really love is you know how Yoko Taro has been like telling all the Nier fanboys that the collaboration is like literally a sequel to Nier Automata. What would happen if like a Firefly 14 collaboration was the canonical Firefly Season 2?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That'd be great.
Wow.
I mean,
I
I'd
don't
be
know
down.
how it would work. I don't know what it would look like.
No.
but
Yeah.
I think that would just be very entertaining.
Yeah.
The right backstory for it, it could just look like what it is. Because if we look at history, one of the things that's always confused me about the lore in the game is that Alog built starships, like really big, really powerful starships, and you go to Ozzyslaw, and they actually have this thing called the interstellar something. I'd have to look that up again, but like interstellar. Like, why are the Alogs using interstellar anything? So I'm convinced they're still out there. I'm convinced there's Ragnaroks
absolutely.
still out there. There's more Alagon civilization out there. So if you just assume that like the Firefly world somehow descended from that, it can just be Mao.
I could see that. maybe
and
we
became Starfleet, and you've got Patrick Stewart up there.
that's maybe
To the planet.
like maybe we discover some records or something of human experimentation that makes experimentation in the Alag Empire that makes reference to the Blue Hands, and maybe River has something to do, like she shows up or something and has traced it back to this. Like you could do that, or we could like lean into the Western sort of edge of it and maybe set it in the New World and have like, I don't know, something there that could tie into like an outpost or, you know, something that could bring them in.
I mean, this is
River
what
can
Nero's
teach
been
them
doing.
gun kata.
Yes.
Heroes.
Yeah, Nero's been experimenting on some, beacon he found, and it's actually from the Resistance, the brown coats, and
There you go.
that's how we get it. It's like, oh, they came to check it out.
Wait, were the brown coats like an Allagan resistance cell?
There,
I want
yes.
that, yes.
Sure.
Because they're interstellar and they, interacted with another civilization. I don't know, maybe. Or maybe they come trying to destroy us and they figure out that Alec isn't here anymore. Who knows?
There we go.
So maybe the Allagans weren't the only ones that went interstellar. Maybe the Bojans did as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. So not Firefly related, but all this talk about the Ragnaroks and stuff made me think of something that might actually happen potentially. What if there's a Ragnarok out there? Ragnarok was the ship from 8. What if there's an Ragnarok out there just monitoring the moon?
Yeah, there is though. Like there super is.
Yeah. There's
But
gotta be.
there is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
like
would,
we're talking about, we're like spitballing, but like there totally is.
Yeah.
that would honestly be a really cool plot for like a future expansion beyond some of the Heidel and Zodiac stuff. Like if, I don't know, whatever remnants of ancient Alag that were out there still eventually returned to the planet or noticed that there had been a change with the moon or something and then tried to like come back and resurrect the Empire. That'd be kind of interesting.
Hey, I told you that Bahamut thing would work itself out.
Yeah. See, look, it's gone.
Cool. We don't have to deal with that anymore. That was a pain in the upkeep.
Ugh.
All right.
In terms of other interstellar civilizations, like if Alog could reach interstellar, you'd have to think the ancients could, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, are there
Do they want to?
ancients out there outside of the fabric of reality split somewhere? Did they teach Omega creation?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Ooh.
See, I always assumed that Omega was
I hate
like...
it. I hate my own idea.
I always assumed that Omega was like beyond the comprehension of the ancients, because the ancients, like, they didn't need to be scientists or engineers or whatever because of creation magic, right? They didn't have to do the work, like the the engineering. And the fact that that Emmett Selk like presumably led the Allagans to the discovery of Omega, and they were like, all right, cool, 1,000 years of prosperity, like good luck with your chaos, dipshit. Leads me to believe that Emmett didn't really understand Omega, and that a lot of like the late Allagan stuff was kind of like beyond them, at least like scientifically, not obviously not like magically, but like scientifically beyond them. But maybe
I would like that as just part of the narrative in general, just to show that, they had this, they didn't need to do, any, like you're saying, any science or technology, and their creations kind of, they're like, oh, we're seeing a parallel. Like, we did it through creation magic and it got out of hand, and they're doing it through technology and it got out of hand. You know what I mean? Just kind of, I don't know. It to me, I like that narrative that he's like, yeah, I started them, and oh god, what are they doing now? It's fine, whatever. I wanted this destroyed anyway.
Learn from my mistakes, damn it.
Yeah.
But then again, ancients could probably survive in a vacuum.
Yeah, I would guess so.
It probably wouldn't need a starship.
I mean, Hades kind
Maybe the ancients and Alog have just been doing space war the entire time.
right.
Look,
Star
Q's
Wars?
an Asian. Q is an Asian,
Yeah.
all right? Do we have any other good ones here?
I think the
I'm
other
looking.
one that they suggested was Kingdom Hearts.
No,
I
don't
hate
know how
it.
it feels.
I don't want it. I
I
really
hate it.
don't.
But it's wholesome content.
Mm-mm.
We could just walk away, and they would never hear us say anything about Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, you're just walking around, and you find a gummy block, and then you have to help Sora, Donald, and Goofy fight Heartless and Fates to get more gummy blocks. It's essentially a reskinned 15 event.
I'm honestly surprised we don't have a Kingdom Hearts collaboration already.
Oh, I'm not, because Disney.
I mean, Disney, yes, but like, it does seem like something. I mean, even if they just, I don't know, used the more Final Fantasy property, you know, characters. And
I mean, they didn't even do that with Kingdom Hearts 3, so why would they do it elsewhere?
No, it just seems like we should. If we have Mirror, it seems like Kingdom Hearts would be another, like, very adjacent sort of game. And Nomura is collaborating on this raid set, which made me wonder, like, is he doing that because for whatever reason, licensing-wise, they could not actually make it work out for Kingdom Hearts?
I mean, from what we've seen of Eden, I'd be okay if Nomura just didn't. all Eden 2 was just bad ideas in a raid. Like, that's all the story was just bad ideas. Come see how stupid we are.
There's some good stuff in Kingdom Hearts, okay? I'm gonna be the one that stands up for it because I grew up on those games and I love them, even if...
Oh, I love Kingdom Hearts too! I was just saying maybe Nomura shouldn't be involved in more things.
But they're so terrible. But I could see it happening. I could see this being a thing. I don't know, maybe they could do something cool with the whole idea of like your Heartless shadows, or I mean, you could maybe tie the Heartless into Void Scent. I could see that being something where like there's a new type of Void Scent and we don't know what it is, but it's just the Heartless running around.
So what's the other one? You got the Heartless, and then you've got the ones that are like you. But
well, so you have there's Heartless, there's Nobodies.
Nobodies, that's what I'm thinking of.
There, so that's Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah. And then each game had a different type of enemy type. I can't remember all of them.
Is Ardbert our Nobody?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Done. There it is. There's the collaboration.
Wow.
And there's more of them too.
You did it.
Theoretically.
You did it.
You did it.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. That'd be it.
But here's my question, because it's Kingdom Hearts, right? Can you identify, other than like just generic, like, okay, Heartless show up, can you take anything from that story and weave it into this one without destroying everything? Like, can you take Xehanort or the keyboard?
I mean, look, flip it around, right? From the perspective of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Eorzea is just another world to drop it into.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's easy enough, right? It doesn't necessarily have to involve them. It's just another stepping stone. Also, real quick, Rahenry in the chat, Nomura messing with FF7 remake is enough. I just want to be clear. I don't like what Nomura has done with Eden. I loved 7 remake. So I'm not saying he's bad at everything, right? I also love Kingdom Hearts. Just bad choices. The Raid series is not my thing.
Also, Nomura was one of the lead designers and one of the main scenario writers for the original Final Fantasy VII. So he's messing with his own baby.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
And look at 15. He messes with his own baby. I mean, not really. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a little different.
I like the 7 remake too. I just also don't like him.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, they could just show. I mean, like Sora and whoever could just show up, and they could look as if they were in Eorzea, and we could, like that could be a whole thing. I think it would be fun if they had some discussion or something pop up with Ardbert that would be about kind of the idea of a nobody, because that is cool, and the idea of people having like the reflections across the different, worlds that across the split would be something that I think could very much thematically fit within that.
Yeah, I hate it.
I mean, it definitely could be fun. There's just some part in my brain that sees Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know where it began, but it started somewhere, and I can't.
Now, was it Fusion? Are you the one who put the rewards and things down?
Oh, that was me. I mean, look, so if Garlemald has gun everything, I don't see why the Kingdom Hearts collaboration couldn't have key everything.
Yeah.
Key everything.
Keyblades.
Key blades, key daggers, key guns, key staffs. Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of surprised we don't already have one. Some part of me wants to say that there is something like this already somewhere.
Maybe in 6.0 we go to the New World and we discover the Kingdom of Unlocking.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all gun weapons.
Is that part of the Resident Evil crossover or no? Is Jill there as the master of unlocking?
So no, but she does own a sandwich shop.
Okay. That works. Yeah, I am surprised we don't have key everything.
I'm trying to even think about a glamour piece that uses a key as a theme. Like, so, not even a keyblade.
There's not like a theme, but there are a few body pieces that have keys on them.
Sure.
That's true.
Probably avoiding it so Disney doesn't get mad.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Disney has a firmer hold over that IP than Square does. So
I bet they watch them real close because they're like, they think they own this, but they don't. And as soon
well, case in point, there's Kingdom Hearts Funko Pops, but there's not Final Fantasy Funko Pops because Disney does a lot of stuff with Funko, but Square tries to make their own overpriced merch for that kind of stuff. I'm not kidding. They had a little series of like theater rhythm style figures that I probably paid $40 for one. Like, it's ridiculous.
Jeez. Yeah, it must be some sort of licensing. But I'm guessing we're gonna get a key sword at some point. You know, like it's gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Nerd makes a good point. Like, Twin Sky is very.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's
especially that last spot where you fight Diabolos. It's like the end of 2. Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be cool to have a reason to go back to Dunsky. I feel like there's potential there.
Yeah.
Give us our new housing district up in Dunsky. We'll finish rebuilding Heavensward, and they're like, all right, well, this is for us. You guys could go live up there.
I think it's really interesting how in discussing so many of these potential collabs, we've already discovered that a lot of it's already in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Little tidbits here and there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know there's one we don't have on the list, but one that I could literally just rapid fire is Transformers. Alexander and Brute Justice and, Cruise Chaser and all of them, the Autobots, and Omega's Megatron.
Well, I mean, even then, we have just the normal Magitech mounts that kind of transform now for flight, right? I mean, we've got some transforming vehicles. Yeah, I'd love to see more transforming mounts.
Omega's a really good example, though, because he's basically an alien, right?
Yeah, he's literally an alien.
Yeah.
And speaking of aliens, Moose made a joke earlier, which really, really tickled me. That's Midgard Zormer. What was it? Midgard Zormer and his brood are Transformers. They just transform like really
slowly.
Slow.
Yeah. Look, we knew they came from another planet. He never mentioned that it wasn't Cybertron.
Yeah. It's just an organic transformer. It just takes a while.
No. So you have. Yeah, you beat me to the punch. I was like, so you have the more mechanical, right? You got these guys, but then Beast Wars, yeah. There you go. Optimus Primal, and
Beast Wars was the best, man. Thank you. I'm glad.
Dude, I love Beast Wars. It was so great and ridiculous. I loved it.
I mean, that just crosses over with one of my stupid loves, which is Zoids. But same thing.
I remember Zoids.
We just make them. It's fine. Sid just made some Zoids. It's fine. He just wanted to. It's fine.
That's Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah.
Ultimate Weapon's just a Zoid.
Yeah.
In the vein of like a lot of it's already in the game, like I'm kind of mad no one suggested Star Wars because I had an Evilise joke like ready to go.
Bring it. Let's go. Let's go.
No, it was gonna be like contextualized somehow, like in terms of how the question was asked, to just like the long running joke that Final Fantasy XII is just Star Wars.
Because it is. I 100% agree with you on this one.
Yeah, it literally is. I mean, a lot of things are, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but no, that would totally work, and I could see it. And I would love lightsaber weapons. Yes.
And with Resistance and Boja stuff, Bosch is Gabranth's father. So there you go.
And the book lightsaber is just one of those book lights that pop out from time to time. You know, you just, when you open the book, when you unsheath it, the lightsaber just pops out, so you can read in the dark. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I can't believe they gave us Fran and not Balthier. That still makes me really upset.
Oh, I know. I mean, how good would it be?
We don't get Han Solo, but we still get hot Chewbacca. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have never heard her called that.
Yes, this is the sexy Chewbacca.
I have really weird images of Chewbacca running through my brain right now. Thank you very much for that.
She is my favorite Final Fantasy character, and you have tainted her.
My brain right now is like Chewbacca and Ned Flanders just going, it's like, we're nothing at all. Like,
I mean, maybe we'll get Balthier in Boja.
Yeah.
maybe. They did say they thought about adding him in Return to Evilly, so he might be around. It would make
I was
sense.
just upset because his outfit is like iconic. I would love that outfit in this game, especially if you could dye some parts.
We got
It's in the raid, sir.
Yeah,
We have it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Can we
It's
get it out
it's
of-
the
wait, hold on.
ranged.
But it's job locked though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can't use it on anything
exactly.
at any level.
Yeah, I think
That's-
it's machine. I mean, I think it's got to be machinist.
It's ranged. It's
Right.
range gear. Yeah.
I mean, good enough.
Eventually,
Shows
see
you
what
how
you're
much I
saying,
can play
though.
machinist.
I see what you're saying though, because like, yeah, as a caster player, there's no way you can't do that. So yeah, I get it.
So I think we've got through the list.
So we've gone through most of the list. I have two that are not on here that I wanted to propose before we cancel this out. The first is probably a fairly obvious one. Final Fantasy XI tie-in
Oh well,
is one I thought would be interesting to talk about.
I mean, we already have those though. I was just doing.
Oh yeah, no, you know what we did, and it was
already have it, yeah.
they did it once and then never again.
Yeah, never again. Yeah.
They should bring that back.
Yeah,
That
we
was
had a crossover
the beginning
event.
of Rhapsodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we had two. We had two different ones because don't forget early on we had the Shantoto one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
we
I'd
do
forgotten.
Because I've just been doing the Black Mage quest. We do have Chateau in the Black
Yeah.
Mage quest.
Chateau,
although, you know,
yeah.
it's not like perfect, but
People have been insisting for the longest time that they're the same person, and that Vanadil is just one of the shards, and I hate that, and it doesn't work with a cosmetic.
Citation needed.
it's like
Yeah.
I feel like she's more of a callback. You know, like she's definitely a
Oh,
reference.
obviously,
I don't
Easter
think
egg.
it's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
same, you know.
Yeah.
Like we can do another 11 event if it means I can have Promethean.
Ah.
Mm.
My
Okay.
Well, we
favorite
don't
zone in the whole game. Give it back to me now.
It's good
Migos.
music.
There's a lot of different Migos.
Yeah.
Non-Amigo and
We'll take a nod from Phantasy Star Online
on.
2. We'll have the Non Amigos concert right in 14, just like they have the concerts in Phantasy Star 2 now. Yeah.
But straight up Raubon, the name,
Yeah.
and almost
Straight
the
up.
position.
Yeah. Except he's not
Yeah.
a blue mage, and the one in 11 has 2 arms.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
And
bring
I've got
Mott
Lion
in.
in Bodja.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need Mott. I really want to see Mott somewhere.
Yeah.
Just-
Just an
just
old
as
guy that
that
just
old
shows
meme.
up and takes names and kicks ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or kicks,
And we need to
Definitely
take,
be
we
there
need
at
to
the
take
last
Sid's
level.
lips.
Yeah.
We have to take Sid's lips away from him.
Yeah.
He's your final job quest, I think.
Yes.
There you
the
go.
Last one.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. This reminds me too. Gosh, 2-3 years ago at E3, we had asked Yoshida. I forget what the question even was, but he had joked about because this was during Stormblood, right, when Return to Evilly was a thing, and he joked about, hey, maybe we'll have like Return to Vanadil, and yeah, it's like I remember telling Aya that, and she was like, "What?" It's like
That
I think
would
he
You
was.
can't joke about that.
Yeah. How
That would
dare
be
you?
super cool. I think that would be fun, but you'd have to find a way. Like, yeah, would you connect it directly, or would it be something where it was?
Well,
just
see, the benefit is they've already connected them, so you know, we've had Shantotto, we've had the Aroha stuff with Rhapsodies, so there's that, whatever that connection is, right? It's already there in some form. So,
sure. How would everybody feel about a collab event that was like, it featured every Final Fantasy in one? Where you had...
We have that. It's called Triple Triad.
Yeah, World of Final Fantasy.
Theater Rhythm.
Dissidia, yeah, Theater, yeah.
Well, yeah, but like in 14,
Yeah.
where we had something where like in one event, there was some kind of representative of every single Final Fantasy, like including 11. I don't know how to bring it all
feel
together.
narratively with what they've done, I feel like Dissidia would be the best way to do that. But the last Dissidia was awful, so I'd rather them not make a nod to that series.
We get
I would take a
Warrior of Light.
I would take a Theater Rhythm minigame for the toy box.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'd be down for that.
Dissidia is a dangerous one just because it's such a battle to keep like 14's world isolated. Like people assume because of Dissidia that like if it's canon to Dissidia, it must therefore be canon to every game Dissidia is from. So like Dissidia must be canon to 1, Dissidia must be canon to 2, and like they assume that Dissidia is just canon to 14, and sometimes it's like really world breaking. It's like that old fan theory that every Gilgamesh is the same Gilgamesh. Like if you take that into 14, things get kind of... It's like Dissidia scares me, but representatives.
Yeah, it's very
How can
odd
we do
in that.
representatives without bringing in like multiverse? That's all I want to avoid. You avoid the multiverse.
Primal's been
that was
heroes.
the problem with the 11 collab as well, and the 13 collab, and the 15, obviously. And the solution was just like, you know, to assure people that those are not canon. But you're right that like so many people insist that they are, that like everything you see
in regards to 13, don't forget they actually did reference that in Lightning Returns.
Right, which might imply that 14 is canon in 13, but not vice versa. I mean, it's the same. It's the same problem with like Nier, right? Like Yoko Taro can come out and say like, "This is canon for Nier," and then everyone goes, "Oh, well then, like, you know, the Nier stuff must be canon for 14 as well." It doesn't work both ways.
Yeah, sometimes it's a one-way bubble, is what I like to call it. And in the crossover events, we actually had the benefit of the other game taking responsibility for it every time. When it was the 13 collab, it wasn't anything to do with 14's universe, it was Booneville's. And when it was 11, it wasn't anything to do with 14's universe, it was Shantotto. It's like it's always someone else's fault, which is like a small concession, but a welcome one.
Yeah.
See, I want a more high-functioning Primal. I want this to be a hero from some story and people summoned it. So it's like, we get Firion because there was a...
So you want
Yeah, exactly.
You want the end of Heavensward, but good guys.
Maybe, or bad guys, or something, you know, like, they just summon what they think that this hero is, and maybe we have some little antagonistic whatever with them. I don't know how you do it with all of them, but, like, a one-off...
The Zodiac Braves would...
Yeah.
We have, like, you know, different Zodiac Braves from different generations, which at least imply, like, cover all the heroes from War of the Lands, right? So you could just be like, yeah, like every previous Final Fantasy protagonist, like party with a Zodiac Brave,
or you know, there's that idea, right, that we were the, you know, split into 14 and whatever, and Ardbert's one of our guys. Well, if you think about early marketing for 14, the main character was marketed as a guy that looks just like Ardbert, right? So what if you just go up, you know, down the line, and each main protagonist is our other split?
I mean, which one fell to the void? Which reflection?
13th.
Yeah, because it was so horrible. I mean, it makes sense, right? They were saying it.
I like that. I like that.
My God.
I like that, but we know that at least some of them, like Ramza, for instance, his soul was still like in the source somewhere, and not like attached to ours, not a part
No. We're talking main series entries, all the numbered stuff. None of this side stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There's only so many splits here. I mean,
I was just waiting for you to say only the side. You know, none of the side stuff matters, and I was gonna get mad. Matter.
The one
doesn't.
thing I did notice is that all the calamities seem to be themed after the most famous scenes in the game.
Yeah.
Usually the opening scene. Like you have, I'm trying to think of like a really good example. The 6th fell to a calamity of ice. One of the most famous scenes from that's like the snow march in the beginning. The 10th fell to a calamity of water. The whole blitzball thing. It was the only connection I could ever find between all the calamities and the element.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. That's interesting.
Yeah, I bet, you know, like during they could just say during those eras, these are the people who fought back against it, and they could just have, you know, it's like Locke was a thief, you know, that's it. Not the full story. Cecil was a paladin, you know, not the full story. Maybe we don't go to the moon, but whatever, you know.
So
I do actually think that if
The
they
world
were
in
to
7
look at it,
did
that would
end.
be good.
Yeah.
that's
Or the
true.
world in 13 did end. In
Yeah.
13, I mean, she just left and became a model in France for Louis Vuitton, right? Like that was it.
Yeah. That's the
Like the
canon. Yeah.
rest of the
That's what
universe
I remember
lost.
from it. Yeah.
I think that's what I remember.
So
Wow.
if the 10 protagonist is one of our shards, is it Una or Titus?
Mm.
That's
I'd
tough,
rather have-
though.
Well, I
Orin.
mean, Titus technically didn't exist, right? So it'd probably have to be Una.
Or did he just like not exist because he was a part of us and rejoins? I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. See, then you got to think about the radio drama, and I just never want to think about that again when it comes.
Oh
I just
no.
Oh, but that's the
Oh
best
no.
part.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff they came out with. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That is peak Final Fantasy for me.
It really is.
honestly.
Oh boy.
So what was your other
Other one. So we have this intro for the Lorecast that we've used for a while, with Taliesin Jaffe, the original voice of Thancred, asking Fernhalls to explain how the lore of Aetheryte Radio works. So how would Aetheryte Radio have a collaboration with Final Fantasy XIV?
Well,
You'd have to be Charlians, right?
yeah.
You guys would have to be Charlians.
I could
Or
see
is
that.
or is that a little too flattering?
Wow.
Too clever
alright.
for me.
Are you calling me
alright.
stupid? Dang.
I'm definitely that one guy who's researching summoners, going, why would they even do this way? That's me.
And then you come over to the Galapagos to write your thesis, and
No, definitely not.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of a group of Charlians that I don't know, are out and about, maybe checking up on the Aetherites, or
they're trying to increase link pearl range, and to do that they use the Aetherites.
they do a report from the field.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, resistance in color mold. You know, like they're piggybacking on the Aetherites that are still there. I mean, maybe does Garo mold have Aetherites?
I assume
I would
they
guess so,
do because we have to go there sometime.
Yeah,
But
If they don't, they will.
We
Yeah.
bring them with
imagine
us.
I imagine if they didn't roll them back out, that the conscripts would have like a bad time
Yeah.
sometimes, right? Like you got to use them to their fullest if you want to conquer everything.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
So-
you know, like you go to con sometime and it's BYOB or BYOC, bring your own computer. This is bring your own Aetherite. So we bring a few over with us. We're like, all right, we'll put this one here. We'll put this one there. Oh, that one's not good. We'll change that in a patch later. We'll add an Aethernet. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'm liking this though. I'm liking the idea of like a resistance radio.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Aetherite network
Yes.
across, to all communicate. I like that.
Yeah. So there's some scientist, and they just figured it out. They got kicked out of whatever they were doing because they disagreed with the Empire, and they're like, okay, we're gonna use the Aetherites to communicate with things, with places we don't even
Secret
control.
transmissions, and then Lucille Ball is just walking down the street one day and intercepts one because of the dental work that she's had. And
I am
No.
so upset that I get that reference. Just so
I was wondering if anybody would. That's out there. It's very out there.
But then it works because each of us could be different people that were part of the network in different places all over, and our beautiful guests could also be people that we brought on or were in contact with. Yes.
Yeah, and you guys are the Charlayans, definitely. We wouldn't be.
Yes, you do.
No, I'm definitely in Kelmar, and I'm a dirty cave elf.
Do you have a murder board just on the cave wall, like a cave painting of a? Yes.
Nice.
I feel bad following that up with anything. It's like I feel like that's a really good place to end.
Right.
But I did also have one.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Berserk. We have in Shadowbringers, the Dark Knight with his big ass sword over his shoulder. One of our big enemies is Innocence, as has been said many times and is not true. Griffith did nothing wrong. Innocent looks very much the same with the big flowing hair. What was the other thing? There was another point I had. It's gone to the ages.
Okay.
Expand if you please.
I don't know enough about Berserk, but those overlaps definitely make a lot of sense. I mean, the world of Berserk is just kind of a fallen world of Eorzean.
Is it Berserk? I don't know anything about it, so.
But is it though? Really, I have no idea.
It was an actual question. I wasn't just trying to be an ass about it.
I only know the memes.
Yeah, I don't know much about Berserk.
The important part, yeah.
I can say that if we're just tagging a few little short ones on, Dragon Age got mentioned in the chat, and I mean, we basically already have an exact parallel between ancient elves and ancient Amarat. I mean, like,
right?
You can even say that maybe like Fenris is in many ways, or Fenrir, I'm not sure what they actually call
Fenris,
yeah. Is very similar to Emmett Selk in kind of the position that he holds. A little bit of that trickster energy, trying to bring back what was lost.
That big trick energy.
The
big trickster energy.
like a street magician.
Yeah.
Like street tricks. Yeah.
Chris Angel.
Pick a card.
And I mean, I guess maybe in that the Elven pantheon would kind of be like the Asians to someone, maybe, or possibly the 12, since there's a whole theory about them possibly being the opposing council.
I like it.
I see him.
Someone put, like, I think it's right next to that one, Tales of, and I love Tales of. You can't. You know why? Because Tales of is always a new story. All we would need to do is just put a couple more proper nouns in the 14 that don't make any sense, and we'll have a Tales of. Like, we need an Aegeus, we need we need a new name for Amarat that we changed like 3 times during it. I love Tales of. I'm just giving it shit, but it's like Tales of is just, I don't know how you would do it. Like, they don't really have. It's like Final Fantasy. The things that they have in common are like the Wonder Chef. Like, yeah, it's easy.
Wonder Chef would be incredible.
I know, right?
Like, just be real. If they did a new like side plot for culinarians that was literally just like the Wonder Chef shenanigans, but in 14, it would be incredible.
Right? I mean, you could like pick a Tales of. You could pick like Tales of Destiny or something, because there's summons, there's primal, like there's some overlap.
I mean, look, if we're bringing the culinarian in here, I think we just do Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I remembered my weird Berserk chain. They're adding Berserk to a Persona mobile game.
What?
Just like as a collab, and we have Raktapasta in 14, which is also a Persona thing. So you can smoosh it directly in. That's what it was. Also, I can't believe we didn't talk about Persona.
Yeah, I guess nobody asked about it.
I think one of the earlier tweets, I feel like that was one I did see.
Yeah,
see, it's been a while since I played Persona.
Persona,
I think we need Sly for that one.
Yeah, there we go. That's a whole other episode. Yeah. We'll just do Persona 5. Yeah.
To me, a lot of times, like in Persona 3 through 5, like them evoking the persona has this like shattering sound, and we were talking about storing the mind aether in a crystal, our personas just stored like ideas, stored minds, and then they have to use the evoker to evoke them. Is that something we could do? Maybe, I don't know.
I could see that. I could also see like if the because there's sort of the inherent persona that you shift into, like Joker and stuff, right? I could see that almost being similar to, I don't know, like an echo bearer possibly channeling to transform into, some sort of primal-esque version, you know what I mean? I could see that being a thing.
Yeah. I just really need the music from a Persona crossover. Like, I don't care how you do it. Just give me all the music.
Yeah, and Morgana Minion.
Yes! That'd be so good. Yeah. Like, quick lap, the final lap.
I'm done.
All right. Yeah. All right. So that was 2 hours of just utter chaos, and I loved it.
So really, we're
thank
asking.
you. What's that?
So really, we're Asians.
So really, we're Asians. Yes. This was the plan all along. The rejoining is near. All right. That's going to do it for us for this week. If you want, you can email us, aetheryteradio@gamerescape.com. You can tweet at us at Aetheryte Radio. You can also reach us on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord at GamerEscape, discord.gg/GamerEscape. We have an Aetheryte Radio channel on there. We have a Final Fantasy XIV channel. We have a lore channel on there. If you guys want to come in and talk to us about any of that stuff. Thank you very much to Ethis and Anonymous for joining us today. It was great to have you guys. Second episode in a row.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can keep up the lorementum. Is that a word? Lorementum. Going forward. Yeah, I made a word. Somebody call up Merriam-Webster. All right. We'll see you guys here next time. Have a great week.
Thanks everybody for sending us in your suggestions. We couldn't have done the show without you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Take care.
See you guys.
Everyone.
Bye.